Hi there, this is John Wilkinson again from History Made Easier with another presentation on Nazi propaganda, but this time focusing on the messages the Nazis wanted to get across to the German people. What beliefs they wanted the German people to share, what it was they wanted them to embrace. You know, we need to remember that when the Nazis gained power in 1933, they had less than 50% of the vote, and that vote had come largely out of the Great Depression. So the Nazis needed to impose themselves and their ideology if they were to create the 1,000-year Reich. Because Nazism was not just another political party. It was more than that. It was a movement, and people needed to be converted. So the Nazis needed to spread their ideas. Everything that was seen or heard needed to be consistent with Nazi ideals and Nazi policy. First, they needed to generate a national spirit, a sense of national solidarity. But it would be an exclusive national community, and so they wanted to develop the idea of racial purity too. And the key to all of this, the key to national solidarity, would be total faith in Hitler as their leader. So they developed the cult of Hitler, the cult of the Führer. Racial purity would necessitate the removal of Jews and others from German society, and they prepared the German population for that by portraying Jews as dangerous, evil, even subhuman. And children were targeted for this message as much as adults. Do take the time to read the extract on this slide. It's taken from a very young children's book. And the Nazis also wanted to encourage militarism. That is, the importance of a strong army to protect national interests. And this included the psychological preparation for war. They wanted men willing to sacrifice themselves for Germany, and women willing to sacrifice their husbands and their sons. Every policy, every belief the Nazis held led to a massive amount of propaganda to get their message across. For example, here you see the Nazis' concept of the family and the defined roles for men and women. Just one example of one policy. Now, it's hard for us to think so, but at the peak of his powers, Hitler was almost surely the most popular, most loved politician on the planet. By 1940, he had provided strong leadership, something many Germans had craved for, and he had restored order, even if it was Nazi-style order. In the process, he had rid Germany of the threat of communism, something the middle classes and the elite, and even some workers, had wanted badly. He had created jobs and made Germans proud again, restoring German honour first with the Berlin Olympics of 1936, then tearing up the hated Treaty of Versailles and defeating and even occupying most of Western Europe. Nazi propaganda showed Hitler in various guises: the strong leader, the resolute leader, the hard-working leader, the brave leader. Don't forget the symbolic significance of Mein Kampf, my struggle, the military genius, but also the popular leader, and too, a human side, his love of children, and his love for his dog, Blondie. Now we can draw attention to two things of interest in the way Hitler's image was presented to the German people. Although he needed glasses for reading, photographs of him wearing glasses were banned, though as you can see on this slide, a few do exist. The leader of the Third Reich could not be seen to have a genetic flaw, however slight. The other thing is that although he had a long-term relationship with Eva Braun, they'd met in 1929, he was not seen with her in public, or at least not often. The only pictures you will see are at private events. Hitler had to be seen as totally devoted to Germany. He also felt that if he were to marry, it would reduce his appeal to women. Strange as you may think, many women were actually attracted to him. Now, I think this presentation has the added advantage of giving you sources to think about the messages they portray. If you have a spare 5 minutes, and that's all you'll need if you do it regularly, do look at sources in your textbooks or on my slides and think about the messages they portray. It's good practice for your exam. Good luck with your studies at whatever point you are at on your course. And as always, I thank you for listening. Cheers.